Smash Bros. O otros que ha sido Street Fighter, there has been years of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, again, every year it changes. There's always going to be a big game, but games like Smash Brothers, which we hope can come back in the future, games like Street Fighter, those have always been strong games at EVO. It's just about, again, whenever people are playing, that's what we want to highlight.
Entonces básicamente pues, va cambiando año con año y lo que ellos sí buscan es que en el evento pues tengan los juegos que están jugando más ese año los participantes.
Hello sir, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My question is, what's the craziest thing that ever happened at EVO? Like the funniest thing that ever happened there?
That's a fun question.
That's a tricky because crazy and funny could be the same or not.
It could, and it could be a bad thing, but luckily for me, the craziest thing that happened is a good thing. During somebody's match, as they were playing on the main stage, so our biggest stage we had at the event, after he won the match, he proposed to his girlfriend on stage in front of everybody. And they ended up getting married, I think, the next year after that. But I thought that was one of the coolest moments that happened at EVO. Another one that kind of sticks out to mind is sometimes people would rush the stage. So somebody rushed the stage and he had to get escorted by the police off the stage one year. And that was just crazy because no one knew what was happening. So that was a wild moment. But I think the proposal on stage was probably the best moment.
Sí, dice que lo más así loco ha sido que uno de los competidores después de ganar le propuso matrimonio ahí a la novia después de ganar y bueno que se casaron más o menos un año después. And the other one is again.
Someone just crashed the stage and they had to be escorted by the police off.
Oh my God. Y bueno, alguien ahí tuvo un problema en la tarima y también lo tuvieron que sacar con la policía y todo. Cosas que pasan en estos años.
It's about a controller issue, about the cross-up hitbox. Do you think it should be legal, like in games like Tekken? And also, where should controllers like stop? Like we shouldn't have this axis.
I should ask you first. But do you think hitboxes should be allowed?
The normal hitbox, I think it's okay, but the cross-up, it's a bigger issue. I think the cross-up is the one that has the issue for me.
Understood. So, interestingly enough, I think a lot of things that can be done on gaming controllers can also be done on the standard DualShock that you get that comes with the console. And because that is enabled and you can do those things in game, why not with certain controllers? Things like the cross-up may be a gray area, especially for games like Tekken, because it lets you kind of eliminate the barrier of execution. But I would say overall, it really depends on what's accessible to people, what's comfortable to people. Even though it's an issue or perceived as an issue, I don't think it's a huge issue because it's not like everybody is using it. Yes, in some games people are shifting over to hitbox, but they're not winning with it. So again, it's one of those things where it's such a new and novel idea. Until it's been proven that it's too overpowering, then I don't think there's much of an issue yet. And we should just, in my opinion, let people play. That's the most important thing. If people are comfortable using certain controllers, let them play. If it's an unfair and clear advantage, then we'll review it. But for the most part, I just want people to play.
Ah, ok. No, él estaba preguntando sobre la legalidad de algunos controles, porque ahora hay controles como los viejos arcade sticks y ahora hay controles que son hitbox, ¿verdad? Que tienen como botones. Y hay controles que tienen una mezcla. Entonces se ha creado cierta polémica porque hay controles que usted puede apretar atrás y adelante al mismo tiempo, arriba abajo y al mismo tiempo. Y en el circuito, digamos, de juegos de peleas se vuelve un tema complejo porque yo puedo hacerlo, pero alguien con un control normal no. Entonces hay cierta polémica. Entonces le estaba preguntando. Y lo que dice MarkMan es que depende del juego, ¿verdad? Hay unos juegos donde sí presentan ventajas y otros en que no. Y básicamente lo que ellos buscan es que todo el mundo tenga acceso, porque a pesar de que estos controles existen, no todos están ganando con esos controles. O sea, usted no ve campeones de Evo que todos el top 8 tengan cross-up, entonces por ahí va.
¿Alguien más con alguna pregunta?
That's it, that was easy.
No, I have one. What is the future for esports fans? ¿Cuál es el futuro de los eventos de esports?
You know, the future of esports events, I think that's a very difficult question because it's not about just one person's perspective. I think it's what the community decides to do. For things like fighting games, it's very different because it's more, it's a bigger focus on the community itself. EVO itself is built upon the community. Many other esports events are from the publisher or from the developer, the people that make the games. But it's a very special case with EVO where the community dictates what is being played. The community will dictate who the top players are. The community and these other tournaments, not even EVO, will dictate who are the best players in the world. And I think that's the beauty of events like EVO. So for us, we want to be able to invite more countries, more players from around the world to our event so we could really see who the best players are. And there's so many countries that don't have opportunities to do that. I hope that changes in the coming years. I want to be able to see some of the best players, even the best players here from Costa Rica, that have a chance to be able to compete on the world stage. And that's really what I'm hoping for is the future of esports. Coming back from the pandemic is making sure that every region has an opportunity to represent. More like the Olympics, but without the shitty part of the Olympics.